Cancer. Welcome to RuneScopes by Amanda. That's me. This month, in conjunction with our runes for our October reading, we're getting into the spirit of things, as you can see by the decor. We will be using the adorable and whimsical Halloween Tarot. This is by Kipling West. Then, as always, be sure to join me for part 2 of this month's reading over on my Vimeo channel. You'll find the link below. I will be pulling and interpreting one card from the beautiful Halloween Oracle. This is by Stacy DeMarco. The spiritual guidance reading always gives you additional wisdom and guidance for how to handle the energies that will be coming up for you in the month we're talking about, which is October. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. I do encourage you to check the previous month's videos. See if I am connecting with your energy. You'll need to watch the ones that are completed, like the months that are over, because the other months are still going on. And like I've said before, sometimes the entire reading happens in like the last 1 or 2 days of the month. So definitely, yeah, check August, check July. If I am reading you, go ahead and click that subscribe button. That way, whenever I upload new videos, they'll go directly to your feed. And some of you may find, if you're just now finding me, that if you're watching August's reading or July's reading, that may be going on for you right now, that energy. With these general readings, when it hits, there's about a 3-month window on either side of the given month. But in the majority, that's what we're focusing on. The majority of Cancers who are tuning into my channel in October, let's see what's going on for you. October's for Cancer. Ooh, that went way up there. So yeah, these are general readings. So what that means is they're not going to be and just can't be as specific as a private reading. Every now and then, maybe. But that is rare, just because there are so many people watching. You can always check the video for your rising sign as well to get additional messages, information. I'm just going to leave these out here because I'm not sure yet where they want to go. But if you are at a crossroads, if you have some big decisions to make, if you're just like, needing to know what direction to head in, you would definitely need to get a private reading. Then I can tune in with just your energy, take out the guesswork, focus on you, and let you know specifically what's going to be going on for you and your energy. So I do my readings on Skype. They're $70. Just drop me a line at the email address. You'll see it here in the video. It's also below. And we can set up your appointment. But in general, the energy that you're dealing with in October, your challenge or focus, we've got the Page of Imps. And this is the Page of Rods in other decks here, Cancer. So let me see what's... So your challenge could be a fire sign person or connected to a fire sign person. So Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. Because this is a page, it could be your child. It could be a younger person to you. If your partner's younger, it could be your partner. It could be an adult who has a childlike innocence or a bit of an immaturity. Maybe they're a bit naive sometimes. Could be a younger sibling as well. And I mean, when I say younger, like you could be 52 and your sibling's 49, but you would still maybe see them as your kid brother, your kid sister. The challenge here is because need is the rune coming up next to this. So they're not learning a lesson, or maybe they haven't learned a lesson. So the challenge for you this month, Cancer, seems to be, it's actually someone else's challenge, but maybe it's your challenge to deal with this person who keeps repeating the same mistakes. They're not getting it. This is a very frustrating rune. It always comes up for me personally, or when I'm reading privately for other people, when somebody's dealing with a very, it's a life lesson you keep repeating, and you just can't get off the merry-go-round. You don't know how, maybe you don't know how, maybe you don't even know you're on the merry-go-round. A lot of times we don't even know we're on the merry-go-round, right? We don't know how to break you know, in order to break the cycle, you have to know you're in a cycle, right? So there's something going on with this person where they're just not getting it. There can be an element though with this rune of extreme impatience. So, and this may be you, Cancer. You may be losing your patience with this child, with this person, because they're just not learning the lesson. They're just not getting it. They're repeating a lot of the same mistakes, or they're repeating, yeah, they just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. Now, this doesn't have to be like destructive behavior. I mean, it could just be like, you know, if you have a child that's like, and they're not paying attention at school, because fire sign kids can have a real hard time. They're so active and they have so much energy. They can sometimes have a really hard time focusing in school. And I mean, it could be as minor as, you know, and I mean, again, the energies will vary. Maybe it is a very serious problem for you at this point, but this may just be a kid who just continuously is having trouble focusing. So it may be time to kind of get them, like maybe they have, you know, ADHD, maybe there is something going on that is affecting this that could be controlled, or there are maybe some things you can do, or maybe they could see someone, a professional that would give them help or tools to moderate this or balance it out so that they are better able to focus. So yeah, this is the challenge here. This is the challenge. And I really think, Cancer, your challenge is in dealing with someone else. Now for you, I mean, maybe it is you who keeps repeating the same mistake in dealing with this person or this energy. So it may be time to try something different. It may be you, again, just think about it in the month of October. Like, have I tried the same approach every time when I'm dealing with this person? Is it time to maybe go the other way? Try the opposite approach? It may be time to experiment with, because yeah, if you're like when you're cooking, if you keep using the same ingredients, you're not going to get a different result, right? So it may be something where let's just leave this ingredient out and add this time. There's something maybe you could change up, and you know, it's just an experimentation. Let's see what works with this. Now for others of you, this could just be news of action that you need to take. And you may be like, this may be a process for some of you that you're caught in that's been going on for a long time, and they're like, oh, well, wait, we need you to do one more thing. It could be a work thing. Sometimes the rods will come up with, you know, you think you're done with a project and they're like, oh, one more thing, or you got to redo this, and you are just like, are you kidding me? For those of you that have been like, this is a work project or a work cycle, or anything dealing with documents and turning something in, or submitting something, maybe it's an interview process for a new job, and you're just like, you're kidding me, when is this gonna end? Or you know, I've been on 10 interviews with you people, like, when is this gonna stop? Like, when am I gonna be done? This would be something that's been going on a long time. It's been just a frustrating activity. It's been a frustrating project. It's been a frustrating process. And you're just at the point where you're like, if they ask me to turn in one more thing, or if the boss asks me to do one more thing, I just don't know what I'm gonna do. I just don't know how I'm gonna react. So Cancer, really, that's a kind of minor energy here. So don't get too worked up about it. If that's the worst you gotta deal with in October, hats off to you, right? I just feel like there's something though you're tired of, you're frustrated with, and you know, it's just like one more thing you have to do, one more action you have to take, one more thing you have to one more fire you have to put out, one more thing you have to do before you're finally kind of through this. In the present energy, we've got the 6 of Pumpkins in reverse. This is the 6 of Pentacles in other decks, and I want to make sure I show you these cute little cards in the upright. So the present for some of you, as I kind of was touching on earlier, depending on when you watch these videos, many of you could be dealing with the issues no matter what month it's for or what time frame it's for. So the present, this position for some of you could be whenever you're watching this video, you could be dealing with what we're going to talk about here right now. For others of you, it will be more end of September, early October-ish for the present energy, those 2 weeks, give or take. I do feel like though you are done being overly generous with someone, because this is the card of in the upright, it is about generosity, reciprocity, give and take, you know, two people benefiting each other. It's a good balance. It's also about finances, money, loans, people being generous, you getting raises, promotions, things like that. In the reverse, it's like somebody's being stingy with that, you know, or they're being selfish. They're being very ungenerous. They are being disingenuous about something, maybe especially to do with finances, maybe especially to do with work or a project. And Esau is here kind of indicating that, you know what, I'm not going to treat people, I'm going to start cutting people off who don't give back, if they're just take. Because in the reverse, this is a card of somebody's taking. And with Esau here, Cancer, I think you're just sick of it. And for some of you, maybe it is still this same energy, this younger, immature fire sign energy. And maybe they pretend they don't know better. Like seriously. And sometimes, you know, maybe they don't. It's amazing the different people you encounter. And the way they were raised and just the way some people treat other people and really don't know that that's just rude or bad taste or really trashy or just not, it's just not done. You know, you can have class in the way that you treat people, or you can not have class in the way that you treat people. And sure, there's a gray area in between. Some people just don't know. And for some of you, again, because there are so many of you, you could just be dealing with somebody who it's not, they didn't mean to offend. But again, if you're sick of this is something that's been going on. Like, it's not the first time this has happened. Because again, we were going back to your challenge. We were talking about, like, this has been going on a while. So especially if you've let someone know, like, hey, that's just not done. That's just not considerate. You just don't treat people that way. If you've been vocal about that before and this person is still going back around doing the same thing, you're going to be like, you know what? Don't even. I've told you repeatedly, I'm not going to put up with this. And for some of you, I am seeing like a mom just saying that to her kid. So for some of you, this is your kid. I have told you that this is not going to be cool. And you could be cutting them off from their friends. You could be isolating your kid. Maybe they're getting grounded. Your teacher says they're not paying attention. You know, you're in trouble again. You're not seeing your friends. You're grounded from the computer. You're grounded from the smartphone. You know, you could be like, you got to be cut off from this until you learn to be better. And with adults or at work, you may be like talking to someone and saying, you know what? I'm not doing your work for you anymore. I'm not helping you out. You do your own work. I've got too much on my own plate. You may be going to the boss and being like, you know what? If I don't get a raise, with all you keep piling on me with this project that's endless, and you keep asking me to do more and more, if I'm gonna need a raise, or I'm gonna have to start looking elsewhere. And some of you may already have a job when you go have this talk. You may already have a new gig and just be like, you know what? I've been here this long. I've never felt appreciated. I've never gotten the pay. I've been passed over for, you know, promotions and things. So I'm leaving. There's a severance of ties from a selfish person. For some of you, it could be a relationship, but again, for the majority, I feel like this is work. Or some sort of interaction with someone that you have on a daily basis. So someone in your household or someone at work, and it has to do with someone not doing their job or putting forth the effort that they need to be, and you having to either pick up the slack or you having to hear about it from the teacher or the, however that's working out for you. But let's jump and see what the help is going to be for you in the month of October. We've got the Page of Bats in reverse, and here it is in the upright. The bats in the Halloween tarot are the swords in other decks. So again, this could be a person, but again, there's this young, immature energy with this. So it could be an air sign energy with this person, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or these could be the same because we've got 2 pages. This could be the same kid or the same person. In the reverse, the Page of Bats would be, unfortunately, disappointing news or sad news. But because this is coming up as a help to you, I do feel like this is happening to someone else, because the runes you have coming up here, it's actually a good thing for you. So somebody is, this could also be somebody who's caught in a lie. This can also be an internet stalker. Somebody who is posing as someone else and trying to catfish other people. If that's happening whenever this comes up in the help position, it means you may be disappointed to find out that someone's doing that to you, but you are going to find out, pretty quickly that this person is not who they say they are. So yeah, if you're getting any messages or somebody's trying to add you on Facebook, or someone's following you on Twitter, and it's like it's not anybody you know in person, be really suspicious, Cancer. Don't take it at face value, because it does seem like somebody may be hiding their true identity. And, this could be, for some of you, this could be a family member, or, someone trying to kind of get information out of you. But for others of you, I just feel like this is like someone else's bad news, someone else's disappointment is working in your favor in some way. You're actually getting a victory out of this. But so yeah, you're not happy. I don't think that someone's going through a hard time, if that's the case, if the news is that. But there does seem to be a positive slant to it when it comes to you, Cancer. And it may, again, a lot of you, this is your child, or a close family member with Bjork here. Bjork is the rune of motherhood and new beginnings, and victory. Tyr is next to this as well. So, yeah, I really feel like, also, it is kind of like maybe something that you think initially is like bad news or disappointing news. It's actually turning into a victory for you, or it's leading you to a different path. So kind of going back to this, like asking for the raise situation, or, kind of, letting someone know, if this doesn't change, I'm leaving. Well, that could lead you to a wonderful new job, or maybe you're just like, I'm going to start my own business. I am out of here. So yeah, anything that is kind of disappointing or shady that's going on in October, it seems like you find out either who's behind it or it works in your favor. Here, Cancer. Or someone who disappointed you in the past is now kind of coming out of it. Maybe they're going to get the lesson at some point in October. Maybe they're finally going to get it. But it is going to take maybe you being a little bit like, no, I'm not, you're not going to act like this anymore around me. So if you want me in your life, then you can't, this behavior has to stop. What must be accepted? We do have the Hanged Man here. Cancer. So this could be a bit of suspension. There's something on hold at some point in October. And I do think it is connected to this situation. I kind of think everything, because we've got some runes connecting here for many of you. And it all seems to be mostly around family, domestic situation. Some of you it's work, but I feel like for most of you this is family or people that you live with, your kids and stuff. But it is like, this is kind of like feeling a little bit stuck. Trying to see something from someone's perspective. Or maybe they need to see something from your perspective. And if they don't do that, you're just like, it's a timeout. Again, going back to Esau, it's like, putting your kid in timeout. They're grounded. Those of you that are doing that, it's actually going to have a good effect. Like if you haven't tried that at this point, although I'm sure many of you have, it may be a timeout, but it may be of something different. Again, change up the ingredients, right? It does seem like whatever motivation you're trying to instill, if this is like a parent-child relationship, it does seem like it's going to work this time. The same thing can apply to adults. I mean, you can use that same psychology. And for some of you, it could just be like, I'm taking away my presence in your life until you got to get it together. Or I'm not going to loan you any more money. Six of Pentacles in reverse could be somebody who's always kind of depending on other people, especially financially. You'd be maybe like, no, you can't crash with me. After losing your 10th job, right? Or no, I'm not going to loan you money because you decided to walk out of a perfectly, or because you've been out of work for 6 months and not doing anything, not looking for work. I'm not going to loan you any more money. So yeah, you're kind of putting someone in timeout saying, hey, you know what? Go after your goals. You're trying to motivate them to go after their own stuff. There's also with some of you an element here of you've got to sacrifice something to get something amazing. And I do think for those of you that it's coming in that way, it has to do with work. Like, you've got to give up this job, the security but where you're going, again, with Urus and Tyr, you're here on the brink of, there's a reason that the universe has been making you feel frustrated with a situation, a project, a job. It is to motivate you to get the hell out of Dodge. And, you don't have to keep putting up with that. Sure, every place you go will have its drawbacks, but I mean, I just feel like you've done all you're supposed to do, many of you, in a certain situation, and there's an opportunity that could be coming in October, Cancer, that if you jump on it, I mean, it's going to be so much better than where you're at, and it may come at just the right time. It may just really be like, the cavalry riding in at just the right moment. The outcome of October, we do have the Tower in reverse. This is averting disaster. And it's coming up next to the family rune, the property rune. So again, Cancer, I think it is you helping someone to avert a disaster. Maybe somebody's in a bad situation or they're headed down a bad path, and you're motivating them to, get out of it before it gets worse, is what this card indicates. Get out of it before the universe just pulls it away from you. This is, and it could be just your energy too. Like this job is just going to get worse before, it's never going to get better. Or, so I'm gonna get out of here before it gets really bad. Some of you, maybe it's instability. Maybe it's like, you know, they keep laying people off and they're not replacing anybody, and that's why you're feeling bogged down, or like you have 10 times the work of everyone else. And you're like, you know what, I'm gonna jump ship before the ship just sinks, okay? I'm out of here. Others of you, there could be something going on around your house, around with the actual physical property, like you know, something to do like plumbing issues, and you may find out like you have somebody come and fix it in October, and they're like, it's a good thing you called us, because if you hadn't, you would have had a busted pipe, or, you know, the whole backyard could have flooded, or, you know, there's something that, you know, so if your home is making you aware of something, Cancer, in October, definitely take care of it. You know, it does seem like you will be averting disaster. For those of you that are single and looking, we have these 2 runes, and they popped way up over here. So for many of you, I don't feel like this will be happening in October, but for those of you that are single and looking, Iwas is saying like this is coming. There is a solid partnership coming for you. And for many of you, maybe it is coming, just not in October. Maybe it's more November, December. Round the corner though, because it's on the future side here. So be patient. Iwas is saying whatever you want in a partner, you can have that. You will get it, and you're supposed to get it. You are going to find this person that is a true partner to you. For some of you, maybe it's the job, you know, because the partnership rune can also mean like, you know, a new good fit for a job. So for any of you that you're not finding this new job in October, it's just around the corner. Maybe it's popping up in November. Or maybe you just have to finish out the year at this place, and then for some of you, you can hightail it out of there at the new year. But yeah, there is either a new romantic partnership coming in for those of you who are looking for that. Those of you that are waiting on a proposal or waiting on things to get serious, maybe you're kind of wanting to take a relationship to the next level, that's around the corner too. This is either a solidifying of an existing partnership, a new partnership in love, or a new business partnership, or a new partnership with a new company, a new job. So hopefully we'll get more information about that in November, Cancer. But as I mentioned, meet me over on Vimeo now. I'm going to shuffle the Halloween Oracle. Want to see if we can get more guidance and advice for how to deal with this energy. Although I think this was pretty straightforward, but they always give us additional messages and helpful information in the spiritual guidance reading. So I'll see you over there. Happy Halloween once again, and I'll see you back here next month. Thanks for watching.